Under all circumstances, you have the right to speak out and you have the right to your own organic life and mind. And so, A, their hacking is completely illegal. Their poisoning me is completely illegal. They're setting up proxy wars through campaigning, basically, or bribing people into having relationships that are paid relationships, mind you, to perform crimes is absolutely illegal. So that's why, like Emily Dodge and others, Aurelia, are absolute criminals. Because you don't have the right, Jesse, to hack me, not through a syndicate, not for my father, not for my brothers, not for your own accord. You have zero right to perform this crime against me and my humanity. Anybody who's anybody that can see me for who I actually am, know that I would be able to perform job, my own job description, no matter what job it was. And so I think that that's proof in and of itself to show any courts or anyone with eyes to see and ears to hear that not only would I be just fine without these crimes, but I'd probably be like a millionaire by now. And so the fact of the matter is that when my targeting involved sexual abuse as a child, and it's coming from my own father and brothers to not only poison me, but to keep me poisoned all of my life through proxy relationships and this very demonic group of ties that they have in their criminal operation doesn't matter that they are paid to perform these crimes. It's that they preform them as well, meaning that they recruit others, they bribe others, and act as though they have order to get away with stealing your ability or any of your normal existence away from you at all when these are absolutely crimes. It doesn't matter if the police don't see it. It doesn't matter if the medical teams don't see it. What matters is that oftentimes that these things are paid, and how they're paid is to perform through a criminal operation, through criminal intents of people that are working within their dark occultists design or their spree masonry or however you want to say it, but their crime sprees against me and my ability to live any kind of normal existence. So what people need to realize is that oftentimes you need money for certain things, i.e. a lawyer, i.e. food, i.e. just having regular resources. They need you deserted. So they're destroying your jobs, they're destroying your mind by proxy, poisoning you, such in a fabricated form that they're preforming the fabrication of the crime. They need to and want to make every crime against me seem like it's just my fault or normal to their crazy making of the narcissism and sociopathy and psychopathy that they have. And it does, and what I'm saying there, it doesn't matter if the police or anyone see it. God sees it. And it's like they think that they're going to get away with these crimes and they're not going to have to talk to God or face God or, there's no lake of fire. We're just all ants here and we're going to die and that's it. But that's not the truth. Everyone with eyes to see and ears to hear know these things. That's why there is the King James Bible. But every one of them are criminals. But the fact of the matter is that if these people weren't narcissists and you're calling them out for their crimes or you're actually asking them about their contents of character, they would be able to family correctly. They would be able to perform as a regular family in a family therapy session or just talk to you, even even once, but they can't. They can't do that even once because they know that they can't allow you to be calling them out for their arsenic poisoning, they're cyaniding you, they're hacking you, and you're calling them out on all of their affairs because next you have the government side of things that are also working in with satanic ties and satanic loopholes, and even their supposed Christianity that's anything besides being a good Christian because Jesus went to the hurting people to help the hurting people, not going to people that are hurting to hurt them worse, not taking what they already knew was painful and making it that much more painful. You dig? And so either way, they're trying to neglect you to suggest that their deflection and minimization of what you're reaching discovery on is to like be taken away from your ability to just speak out about it. And so they're biologically controlling you through poisons, and that does not entail or even hold any weight as far as the Lord is concerned for truth. I feel that your reaction and your reaction timing and your performance is and holds no weight to who you actually are as a person. Who you actually are as a person would have been able to move differently, see things differently, but that's exactly what a calculated arsenic poisoning unwittingly being given to you by people that were supposed to protect you actually do to a person. And so I don't think that it should hold any weight in court or anywhere else in the world, but they work in these loopholes because they want to puff themselves up as good men and good women. But the fact of the matter is that they need to deflect on you to move away from you ever reaching discovery to be actually in front of you, actually facing you, actually have a human adulting type of conversation. But they don't have that in them. The only thing that they have is this illusory to be losers and to be complete uh just assholes, man. Just cowardice assholes. So why they go ghost after pretending to be your friend or pretending to be there for you at all is just to show that they have either occultists design ties or spree masonic control to perform crimes against humanity. So it's why when you go in and ask for help based on the crimes that you are receiving, you basically get nowhere because oftentimes these people are bribed and paid, non-governmental organizations paid, and they feel as though that they should be immune to being able to perform crimes over you based on the fact that God in heaven will judge and be the final judge, even if they killed you. Like, even if they took you out one of the 20 or one of the 30 times that they tried. So, it's just a fact that they have to feel immune to having a God in heaven judge them based on justice, not being death, not being what they do to you. Justice isn't them, oh, I get to perform crimes and poison this kid all up his whole life. No, that's not justice. But I believe God will let targets know when God has something to say to you so that you do know what's going on and you do know what's being done to you, because they don't even want to think that they have any issues at all when the facts are clear. They need to break you down, and they want to break you down firm. They'll try to kill you covertly using any method that they can and even hope to create a problem that will just go sort itself out because they not only need you depressed, but they need you like pushed in such a way where you don't have any words to suggest for yourself as to what is actually being taken place. So they need you to be basically taken from your own organic life, your own original mind, your own originality to perform jobs, your own originality to earn money. They hack you so that they can go back to their drawing boards and figure, well, crime A, crime B, crime C, crime D didn't work and get them taken out. And it's basically just them wanting to hide and be cowards because they know that if they were ever discovered for the thick of their crimes, it would be all of them going down and going to jails and prisons themselves. That's why my brother said at one point that he needed to fast track, or he's going to fast track me to jail. It's because of his own crimes. Like, he didn't even let me know before the cyanide attack that he had already had a lawyer in place already. Like that's not already telling enough about a person's character towards me, but I think it is because it's just like you needed me dead and you wanted to steal my identity and hack me and work in the syndicate proxy to like take my life, right? But you can't face me. You can't actually face me like a man. Like that's straight up cowardice. And like on top of it, it's like I didn't even know until like after I was almost dead. Like legitimately I fought for my life. In many avenues of it, I might add, with what they were doing to me. So anyone to take that out of context can go ahead and take that out of context. But as far as what these people have done to me, I have every right to speak out and speak my truth. So, no matter what it means, the control that they have or the control that they use, they need to control your relationships and control your life and control your jobs and control your finances, control you by hacking you, by proxy, even creating proxy relationships in order to continue poisoning you, in order to continue going to work on you as if you're just some kind of Matthewology or like my name's Matthew, so it's like Matthewology over my life where they have to like figure out how and what to do just because you're now speaking out about them. So they needed to hack my last Facebook. They hacked the Facebook before. They needed to hack my phone number away. They needed to set things up because not only did they want me to come into my truth and come out of a poisoning, but they definitely didn't want me to call my own energy back from what they were doing to me because that means that I could actually muscle through my own the muscle of my memory, the muscle of my mind to be able to tell exactly what has been being done to me. So they didn't want me to tell exactly what's being done to me. They didn't even want me to be able to tell what was being done to me, let alone speak it. Which is also what arsenic does to a person, is doesn't allow you to your words. So that's why I said in past work that, oftentimes after being poisoned up, they would be like pushing me around psychologically and then saying, why can't you use your words? Why don't you use your words? As if to make you sound stupid or feel stupid at the same time that you're being unwittingly poisoned. Because let's face it, when you're unwittingly poisoned, you're pretty stupid. But the fact of the matter is that you were made stupid. You don't have your memory, you don't have your normal agility, sound mind, or self-control. You're reaching out for love and you're not getting it from the people that should be loving you, your own brother, or say your own father. Like, what a bitch ass nigga that motherfucker is. But the fact of the matter is that they need you in such a hard pressed fashion to not be able to hold tight to your resolve so that you're just lashing out in order to like make what sounds crazy just be crazy as if it's just you being crazy. But that's not the truth. It's their involvement in these crimes against you, and that's literally all that it is. They're they're prefabricating crimes against your ability to perform your job poisoning you and psychologically abusing you. They don't want you to get any legal help because they have to pay people off to make you look and act out. So if they poison you, push you around psychologically, and they're being complete sociopaths, I think that makes a very sustainable person very unstable made or made unstable so that they can perform flat out crimes against your humanity, because that's what it is. It's flat out crimes against your whole humanity. You're reaching for help, and it being denied doesn't make the crime any less visible to those who have eyes to see it or ears to hear what you have to say. It doesn't validate what they're doing. It doesn't make it okay to go around poisoning up somebody. It doesn't make it okay to go around hacking away their accounts to limit their outreach. It doesn't make it okay for them to in any aspect of the crime, like hacking you. These are crimes against my humanity, and it's to limit my reach for help, to be denied on any front, to make the crime less visible to those who do have eyes to see it and ears to hear it. So that's their goal anyways, to try to ensure to other people that you're you're actually crazy and not made crazy by narcissists, because covert malignant narcissists, that's what they do. They need to make you as unstable looking as possible. So if you're a target, hold tight to your resolve, speak accurately, write as accurately as you can, and get the information out to the public in whatever way that you can. They're trying to murder you because you are becoming too wise about their crimes, which is why they need to shut you up and shut you out under all circumstances. It's why they weren't able to go to family counseling with me, basically having very serious questions of their contents of character towards me. And instead of being there to face those facts, they're rather forcing you into duress, and and then they'll try to make sure that you can't have any resources left to take care of yourself, bathe or shower, or have any kind of normal online personification, even so that you can't reach a normal crowd for normal support. Your life is being gamed up completely. So this is why they need to cut you out like a clip out. They need you clipped out because it's why they're hacking you. They're not only stealing from you to ensure that nobody can hear you, see you, and all that kind of thing, but they're cutting you out so that they can take you out of the whole world altogether, as if to make it look like the crime against you or your death is just done out of like some kind of organic way, but it's just a lie. It's called a crime that's being done by their syndicates and their formation of total control over your life, your work life, your health, your love life, and your safety. So that's why it's a really dangerous crime. It's the most dangerous crime of its type because it's called premeditated murder on many accounts, or premeditated attempted murder on many accounts. But the facts are clear. These people are all 100% cowards. They can't allow you to get any legal help, or they don't want to allow you to get any legal help, because anything that you try to do or say is being tracked and taken back into their databases to perform crimes again in any which way that they can. So they have their little loserdom. They're like really like working on illusory. They'll even take and imitate your accounts using AI. They can't come out and actually be themselves and actually like speak their own piece because they really don't have any peace. But that's why the Lord, I believe, will bring you, the target, peace no matter what happens. Because in the end, they're going to have to face God. But anyone who can actually see it for what you're saying to be true, you know that these crimes are real, and you should know that these crimes are real, because you would be able to see me personally as working a job just fine, having a normal love life just fine, being able to be around these family members just fine, being able to perform the duties of my job just fine, not being poisoned up and misaligned. And anyone that knows me knows this is true. Anyone that has seen my work ethic also knows that this is true. They're trying to ghost up, and even family, it's just really a sick crime. It's like, who does that to their own? I guess they do, and I guess they want to hide from the community and hide from their own kids who the frick they are and who the frick they have been to me in my life. But it's after my limit of outreach to my online personification. It's to help them minimize any kind of reach that I would have to be able to voice my concerns. So I'm voicing them far and wide. I'm making more content. I'm breaking the algorithm because they want and need me stopped at all costs. So that's why the crimes that they're forming are in pre formation, even because they want me cut off and cut out because they are flat out cowards. They have no real grit inside of their bodies to even talk to you when they know for a fact and they know F well that that's all it would be. I can write songs and I can speak out when I'm coming out of a poisoning. I have the right to the hyperbole that it created in me because that was biologically being controlled, I would say. And so it's very uncanny because they have no grit to actually be real men and real people to face, the victim that they've created. And I'm not trying to be a victimized person. I would want to be a victor over all of this stuff because it's flat out the fact that these people are criminals and their crime is a premeditated murder on multiple accounts. Even if I even if I lived through 10 to 20 or more attacks meant to leave me unsustainable in my own ability to perform my own life organically, it doesn't mean that they aren't criminals. Even if they get away with it and take you out in a way that looks as though it's done on your own accord, it doesn't even still hold any weight that they aren't murderers because they are. Just because they preformed a crime against you is what I'm saying, that was to attempt to murder you and you didn't die, doesn't mean that it's not attempted murder, even if the police don't see it, even if, anywhere doesn't see it for what it is. I think that 12-year-olds do, though. And I believe that, anybody who's anybody with eyes to see what I'm saying to be true or ears to hear what I'm saying to be true knows the F well what I'm speaking here is about the truth that's taken place in my life. But ultimately, as well, I'm saying, even if they got away with premeditatively murdering me in a way that looks covertly, doesn't even make it into anybody's eyes or minds in the end that they weren't criminals because God will show them exactly who they were and exactly what was done. There's not anything in the dark that's not going to come to light, which is exactly in the Gospels. So these demonic ties don't want any of what I'm saying or doing out here to be the truth, so much so that they just want me dead. So you can see why. It's because they don't want their own children, their own communities, or their own workplaces to find out who they are and who they exactly are, or even have a reason to think that they're bad people. But they are. They're really super bad people to do this to their own this way. And it's flat out. They're cowards. They, like Mr. Johnny Lee he should be able to come out and make 4,000 videos speaking his piece, his own piece, not using my face, not using anything of my content. He should be able to just come out online and speak his own piece. But that's just it. That's what they don't have. In their own community, they don't have their own ability to as well do anything of value, do anything to create peace, do anything to face you, to reach anything sustainable. They don't want it. They need to perform, to preform crimes. So just as well, if they get away with that too, it's all fabrication. It's all fabrication based on hacking me, poisoning me, and then all the way dating back to in 1981, when my when I was after I was born, I should say, that my dad was poisoning me to do this sexual abuse to my family the way he did. And he the F well knows that it got my brothers included in this sexual abuse, and the abuse running further than where it ever needed to get to. And so these people have demons. Please pray for my enemies, because they were in their bodies an original form designed by the Lord, not designed by satanic realms, and not designed by the satanic shit show of their occultists' design. So pray for mine and your enemies here. It's just as well as why they're hacking you, hijacking your regular living so that you can't make it out of the abuses that they're performing over you, to try to take you out and take you out completely. It's their need to feel okay with themselves, or need to feel like they can puff themselves up as good people. But good people go to those people that are hurting, not go to them that are hurting to hurt them worse, not taking pains that are already there to make them hurt worse. But they go there to actually help them and support them and help them through what they're going through, so that they can come out on the other side of it and be stronger, more supportive, and better individuals. Not to push them into making their own crimes just go away based on them being able to perform crimes against you. You see what I mean? But that's why they're cowards. They need to not only perform these crimes, but now they're running around trying to fix everything up, like, nope, this didn't happen. Nope, that didn't happen either. Nope, this is why this is happening. Blah blah blah. But they're all very demonic and evil inside if they don't want to be children of the Most High and go to God through Jesus, because it's in that we actually can grow as a humanity and as a whole and as a family and as a community, as a whole human race. And for anyone else that doesn't want to see it, then don't. But the fact of the matter is that I believe even their children, even their communities, can see that we're speaking out here because we need you. We need your help. The targeted community and the targeted individuals out here, like me, need your help. So thanks for being here, and until next time, God bless and take care of yourselves. I know that I'm trying to, and I know that these people are just trying to take care of themselves, like, without actually trying to take care of their own love lives and their own hearts and values. So, so again, until next time, peace out. Thanks for being here.